Peace, it's Nattyisisyah, and I want to talk about this whole idea that we are not divine beings, we are not spiritual beings, or that, that it's okay to put each other down, but yet still try to uphold a lesser form of divinity. And I'll give you an example. In the conscious community, especially, check out these YouTube videos, go to these people's pages, and you will see a lot of times that they say, we are not divine, or that we are, let me just break it down quickly. It's like they'll say we are not omnipresent, right? We are not omnipotent. We are not God. We are not goddesses, right? We are not queens, right? We are not divine, and the list can go on and on, right? But then they'll say, okay, we're not omnipotent, but we are omnipresent, or we are omniscient. We are not omniscient, but we are goddesses. We are not goddesses, but we are gods. We are not gods, but we are queens. We are not queens, but we are divine. We are not divine, but we are rulers. And it's like, when do you make up your mind? Why is it okay in the conscious community to try to keep degrading people, to try to keep on continually put people in a limited box, in a way that it contradicts all this integrity that we're trying to build in each other, and the support and the black love, the unconditional black love that we really need, right? Because if we want to not be these thoughts and these thugs and all these other derogatory names and all these other things that we call ourselves, the easiest way to do that is to basically put somebody down when you see them trying to rise up. And it's like, in the conscious community, it's very prevalent. It's, they give you these books, come to these lectures, you're supposed to pay all this information for all these DVDs, go online, watch all the DVDs, listen to all these lecturers, listen to all this information, right? And then when you actually do that, and then you actually start believing in this stuff, and you actually start claiming this stuff to be true, and you vocalize it, and you verbalize it, and you express it through imagery, through art, through poetry, through your own videos, through maybe trying to build a land and invite people to come and live where we could all be gods, and we could all be omnipresent, and we could all be divine, and we could all rule, right? Then you have a slew of people that will come out the woodwork saying, you know what, you're not a goddess, you're not a god, you're not a king, you're not a queen, you're not omnipotent, you're not omnipresent, you're not the divine, you're not the all, you're not special, you're just a nigga. Is at the end of the day is what everybody seems like they want us to be, even our own people, even people within the conscious community, who are, some of them are even the ones who promote that we are more than that. We are more than just a nigga. We are more than just these words we shouldn't even be using to describe ourselves, right? But you can't make up your mind, right? And it's like, maybe for you, you are not God, maybe you are not a goddess, maybe you are not a queen, maybe you are not a king, and you could use all the semantics you want to say, everything that these words mean, and how, these words are German or these words are Latin. Well, all the language came from us to begin with, right? You could use everything you want to say, that, we are not nine ether beings because the galaxy is not rotating at this angle, it's no longer in this realm of time, or that in the time that we live in, it's impossible for us to be these highly advanced specimens, right? Because of the time that we live in, and because of the perception, how we all view time, and because I view time differently from you, therefore I can't be what I say I am because you perceive time to be something different. Well, maybe for you, you are not that, right? And the quickest and the easiest way to know that you are not any of those things is by how you tell people that they are not. Because if you cannot see that somebody who says that they are a goddess, that they are a king, that they are a queen, that they are omnipresent, that they are omnipotent, that they have, that they have claimed all their divineness and all their, that they have tapped in, right? The quickest way to know that you haven't is by telling them, no, nigga, you have not done that. No, you are not that, right? You are just like me. You are just as lowly as me. You know, we're all just humans. We should all just go to work, and we should all just go to school, right? And we should all just pay taxes, you know, because that's the time that we live in. And that's, you know, the astrological zodiac, or whatever you want to call it, that we're in. Because, you know, this is just, we just got to get up to the times. And the white man got it right, because he says we're just a nigga, so we're just a nigga. He said we're not a god, so, you know, we shouldn't be living as gods and goddesses. He said we're not kings, so we should not be ruling as kings and queens, right? You know, we should just, you know, go on and go over to the welfare office. I mean, you might as well say that. You might as well just go over to the welfare office, right? Because you ain't nothing but a nigga. You ain't nothing but this or that. And I'm not saying that people that are on welfare are those things, but what I'm saying is that the people who promote or de-promote our divinity, they might as well say that, you know. And it's like, people got to really make up their minds. You can't keep on promoting this whole, you know, this whole idea, you know, that if we are not walking in a lesser state of being, if we don't have a low self-esteem, then, you know, now you got the whole low self-esteem club coming on, right? And it's like, you know, don't you get tired of being nothing then, you know, just a lowly being? You know, how do you uplift people? What are you uplifting them to if you're just like them? What are you uplifting them to if you're just like them in a debased way, in a way that, you know, you're not in power, you're not you're not doing nothing? What makes them different? Why wouldn't they continue to shoot up people in the streets? Why wouldn't they continue to rob your mother and your father, or, you know, the elderly on the street? Why wouldn't they continue to rape their brothers or their sisters in the street? Hey, they brothers, whatever. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Why would they want to come on, you know, and search out information that is supposed to be of higher information if, you know, after they watch about 1,000 videos, you're going to come along and you're going to say, well, you know, all that shit, all that time you just used and wasted, you know, all the information that you have acquired, all that knowledge, all that deep knowledge that you spend your money on possibly, or that you invested your time, you know, you stopped doing this for, you sacrificed this, you know, you separated yourself from, you know, people, family and friends who no longer served you. All of that was bullshit because you was just a nigga anyways. Where are we going with this? So some of you pushing out this information need to get your mind right. You know, just because you don't like to see somebody who is highly, you know, excited, who is exuberant, who is enjoying their life, who loves being, you know, a little, you know, who loves tapping into their higher power. Just because you don't like that doesn't mean you got to put that person down. And it doesn't mean that they are whatever you say they are. You know, you need to take some time, right, and elevate yourself to where they believe they at, to where they are at, right? If what is time? Let's go there. What is time? What is the zodiac? This stuff, how does this stuff have more power over us than what we say and believe and hold to be true? It doesn't. How does time, how does the white man's clock determine, you know, what era, what realm we're in? You have no idea what is going through another person's head. You have no idea what they have tapped into, what type of DNA that they have unlocked, what type of, you know, Akashic records or whatever they are pulling from. You have no clue, no idea, no religion, none of that can bound anybody. You get me? All these things are man-made, they're rigid, they're dense, and they're trying their very best. And you know, you have fallen for it. For that, for the trick, it's working on you, right? So you need to question yourself. Why am I putting somebody else? Somebody say they're a goddess and they're a queen, they're a king. Why am I putting them down? Who am I to tell somebody else that no, you are not a god? What are they then? Just like when people say, well, you know, the black woman is God, and you know, especially when it's coming from a brother, you might be like, okay, well, if the black woman is God, what are you? Just like when you are saying that to somebody else, if you know what, you're not a goddess, you're not a king, you're not a queen, what are you? Let's talk about you. You tell me what you are, because I know that I'm a goddess, I'm a queen, I am omnipotent, I am omnipresent, I am divine, you know, I am all these things, nine ether, whatever. I am all the things that I want to be, that I can be, right? And nobody can tell me any different. So why don't you describe yourself? Okay, you go to work. Okay, so you're an employee. All right, you're a student. Okay, check. You're a taxpayer. Okay, check. You're a good citizen. Okay, check. Anything else? So you get my point. So join the website KingNobleUncensored.com. King Noble has also made a video perfectly describing exactly what I'm talking about in a much deeper way. So go and check it out. It's on his channel right now. I will post the links at the top, at the bottom, in the description. So check that out. Peace.